Greetings, Cosmos, and welcome back to another Metroid 2 remake. I forget what I was doing. I was exploring a place. There are 10 Metroids that dwell here. Let's get going. Did I miss the wide beam? Anyway, something. Oh no. Wait, I have a space jump. I don't need to do weird jumps to get up there. Okay. For some reason I thought I was going to get a power up there. So, anyway, let's just... Nope. Okay. No! Much as I talk about how bad trading card games are, I love playing card games. Like, trading card games have two aspects that I really like. The building your own deck aspect, and the, oh no. I need to shine spark here. And the puzzling out how to solve the situation aspect. Like, when you build your deck, you think about what you want to do and how you want to do it, and you try and put in cards to do that thing. And then when it comes playtime, you try and figure out how to do that thing to win the game, while stopping your opponent from winning the game by doing whatever it is they want to do. Part of the fantasy that I wanted to enjoy was the fantasy of everyone having their own unique deck. Nice. Which unfortunately only happens at a really casual level. The more competitive you get, well, depending on the trading card game. And this is the problem. The more competitive you get, the more samey certain groups of decks tend to get, depending on the card game, of course. Like, when I played the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, there was often one competitively viable deck. At one point, there were 4 competitively viable decks, and then Konami did something that cemented in my mind the idea that they don't really care about balance. They released a new set that reduced the number of viable decks to 1. Oh my. Things that can tag you while you're in while you're speed boosting. Anyway. And that brings to me another idea. Oh no, this is fun. No, this actually is pretty fun. Okay. Boom! Alright. Anyway. Balance in trading card games. What does it mean for a trading card game to be well balanced? Like, there's never going to be a trading card game that's perfectly balanced, simply because of the nature of trading cards. I'm so glad that all this stuff, most of the stuff, turns off when you're not playing as the robot. Huh, you don't get credit for the map for this area unless you come over here yourself. Anywho, what does it mean for a trading card game to be well balanced, right? Oh no, how do I get a super missile? Oh right. There's a reason these are here. I'm supposed to bring the robot down here. Hey, what does it mean for a card game to be well balanced? I mean, there have to be multiple viable decks, but how many is multiple? Is 2 enough? Do you need 12? I mean, looking at some card games, I intuitively want to say there should be this many decks, but is that really the right answer? I mean, looking at, say, Magic the Gathering, which has 5 colors of card. Whoops. That was my fault. Plus colorless cards. I want to say there should be 5 viable decks. Sometimes, or at least 5 viable decks. More viable decks is always better, in my opinion. Sometimes they do this thing where this set is based on color pairs or color trios, and at that point it makes me want to say, well, there should be this number of viable decks where the number is the number of color pairs or trios. Like, that's just what my intuition tells me. Is that correct? I don't know. And then looking at a game like Hearthstone, where there are now 10 playable classes, that makes me want to say there should be 10 viable decks. Just intuitively. Sorry. 10 is a minimum, not an absolute. Oh, look at that, that's cute. Super missiles are as powerful as 5 normal missiles. And they're exactly what I need. Oh man, I only get 2 to start with? They're exactly what I need to destroy Metroid, the current set of Metroid bosses. All Metroids! I could have gone there. Looking at a game like Mega Man Battle Network, I intuitively want to say there should be 26 viable chipsets, because the chip codes are based on letters of the English alphabet. But for one thing, there simply aren't, or there are plenty of chip codes where in any given game there might be just 1 or 2 chips in that code, if that. Here's looking at you, W and X. But then, starting with like 4, 5, and 6, you have the double soul / cross fusions, and so that changes my intuition to there should be 1 viable chipset for each of these, at least 1 for each of these. Which reminds me, circling around to Magic the Gathering. As much as I... Oh no! Oh no! Well, there goes that. As much as I don't like the game, I think that's mostly because I'm just bad at it. Like, my intuition for how to play that game just does not line up with how to actually play it. And, what else was I gonna say? Huh. Yeah, I don't feel armed enough to face a Metroid right now. A Metroid of that caliber. With acid under it. I want to go heal first. Sheesh! Ah! Anyway, here's what I'm looking for. I do appreciate and respect what Magic the Gathering does, though. Because it does something very important. I may not like the way lands actually function within the game, but the fact that lands exist and mana is divided into 5 colors, and each basic land provides one color. This means that you have, that depending on what color you play, you have a restricted set of options to choose for cards to play. If you want to play with cards outside of that restricted set of options, you need to add in more sources for other colors of mana in order to be able to play those cards, and that means making your deck less reliable. Oh no! Oh no! This is terrible. This is terrible! At least the health drain is pretty slow. Can I get up to it? I cannot. Hurrah! I had hoped that it wouldn't be that deep in there. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. I feel like that's something I really appreciate about Magic the Gathering, how it restricts your choice of cards. And each color of cards has different tools available to them, so restricting your choice of cards restricts what tools you have available to you. So no single player has good access to all the tools. Okay, that was not a good way to handle that situation, but I did handle that situation. I really want to find another beam weapon. But I also wanted to defeat that Metroid, so I didn't go around wondering where the missing Metroid battle was. Is there a secret over here? Okay, yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, right. Like, there's a lot about the design of Magic the Gathering that I really respect and enjoy. I just don't enjoy playing. I just don't enjoy actually playing the game because, I don't know, I just can't intuit the way it's meant to be played well. It just doesn't work for me. I'm just really bad at it. Like, one time I went to a tournament, the only time I ever went to a Magic the Gathering tournament, and rather than being a bring a pre-built deck tournament, which I would have lost handily with the way I built Magic decks, it was a, we'll provide you with X number of packs of cards, use these to build a deck tournament. The only reason I wasn't in dead last was because someone else who also lost every single game they played lost against opponents who had a lower final score. Alright, so this is obviously a Metroid ambush. Oh, what? What? Wow, this is a hardy tiny Metroid. Huh! I was not expecting to encounter such a tiny Metroid here. Huh! And an energy tank. How nice. I suspect that the reason for that tiny Metroid was so I could see how far I've come with regards to destroying Metroids. Or just a nice break from the more powerful Metroids that I was encountering. Alright. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Magic the Gathering. Like, I really appreciate what they do in terms of flavorful abilities with their cards. It's just, again, I personally have a personal issue where I am not able to play well. Okay, so I guess if I want to try and find more beam weapon, I need to descend. I don't actually know where it is, or even if there is a new beam weapon. Oh, what's this? Oh my. Whoops, wrong button. Nice alignment. Okay, what's this? It's that new beam weapon that I wanted. The one that I was worried that I had missed. Oh, another Metroid 2 remake. You treat me so well. Anyway, so part of my issue with Magic the Gathering is like every other card game I've ever played, I can tell where I messed up and started to lose. In Magic the Gathering, by turn 4, I was able to tell that I was going to lose in a game that would typically last, well, about 10 turns or so. I could tell that I was going to lose, I just didn't know how or why. You know, I've gone over 15 minutes today. Let's save that for next time. So, join me next time as I ascend upward, as opposed to ascending downward or descending upward. Join me next time as I descend upward.